Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
My younger daughter, that one is like my twin. We're similar personalities. We're always smiling. We're more positive, more happy type people, very much people type people. But for her, I think the biggest life-changing event is, I coached them playing soccer from when she was 4 years old, all the way until she graduated. But in 2017, we went to a soccer tournament in Phoenix, and in a game, she was absolutely drilled by a girl on a dirty play. She cracked her head.
Like a tackled kind?
The ball was already out of bounds, so she was just going to go to pick up the ball, and the girl just ran and just blasted her. So she fell and whiplashed back, hitting her head. Immediately, we knew, the training staff said, you got to take her to the hospital as soon as possible. So we did, and she had a very bad concussion. Then we flew back, after a couple of days, and she got worse. So this was in March of 2017, her freshman year of high school. She missed the remainder of that school year and the first 6 months of the next school year. She had to slowly be worked back into school with accommodation. She couldn't function. It was just, everything was blurry, constant headaches, couldn't concentrate, lost her cognitive abilities. We saw 14 doctors. It was very scary because you never know if it's going to come back. So they kept going from doctor to doctor to doctor. Eventually it came back, but that experience for her, again, built a sense of resiliency.
What happened to the other girl? Did she have any idea on the impact that hit? Like later on, was she apprised of anything?
I don't think so. That was a mainland team. We were playing in the Phoenix area at the time, ironically, which is what was really surprising why she wanted to go back to school in that area. But a team from San Diego with a heavy Mexican influence. So at the time, because all the training staff had to run on the field, I think she realized that, she's hurt and she was taken away into a medical tent. And then they said, we're going to call the ambulance or you can just take her. And so we just took her instead. But there was no way of communicating with that team to let them know. But I can tell you, my wife and my older daughter and a lot of the parents that were there, it took everything in their power not to start some kind of an issue there. And even for me, to see your daughter be hit like that unnecessarily was something that really frustrated me. It took me the rest of the game to probably gain my composure.
That's a pretty short amount of time, actually.
Well, before the next game, so we took her to a hospital, and then once she was released from the hospital...
No, to gain your composure.
Yeah, because, your first instinct is to be paternal. Now, granted, this is another 13, 14-year-old girl.
Just wondering if she had any idea on that, because, that might be just her environment, and she's used to, and then doesn't really know the impact.
That's my guess. You can tell kind of by just how the coach from their team would speak to them.
Like Cobra Kai.
Yeah, very much so. No, I think you're absolutely right. And, at that age, most times it's probably not the kid's fault. They may be the one doing the action. They may get frustrated, but very, I got to believe that a 13-year-old is not going to be vindictive enough to try to injure someone. But it doesn't mean that the culture for the team cannot be, we're going to play physical, we're going to hit them, we're going to intimidate them, those types of situations. Well,
I was just wondering that because just hypothetically thinking, if, someone's 13 years old, they do that, they're playing aggressive, and then they realize, oh, I really messed this. That could mess somebody up.
Yeah. So, I'm hopeful that I think she realized that somebody was badly injured. And anytime it's the head, it's even more scary. So hopefully she realized that after the fact. But from that moment on, we had no communication with her or that team. And we never saw them anymore because we never played them again or saw them in any tournament we played at.
Yeah, that's why it's interesting, right? It's like, what is the lesson in this that I need to learn? And did I learn it?
Yeah, and to say you learned a lesson, I think, is never possible. You can learn parts of a lesson to me, but you're always learning.
Or at least enough that it's not going to repeat itself.
Yeah. Well, my wife would say that we didn't learn the right lesson, right? Because we let her play again.
That might not have been the lesson.
Yeah. No, exactly. For
you.
Exactly. And even for her, to give her some of that leeway to be emboldened to make that decision, to say, you know what? That was the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life, but I'm not going to let it define me. I'm not going to let it stop me. This is where my friends are. This is what I love to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to get back, even if it takes me a year. And it took her. From injury to playing again, it was over a full year, but she loved it. And she got a lot of her confidence from the sports and a lot of her camaraderie, her friendships and all of the things that team sports can teach you and create. She was still able to get. But there's no doubt she was afraid when she first started again. And we were terrified as parents to put her back out there again. But when all was said and done, I think it worked out okay. And I think she's better for it. And we're probably better parents for it as well.
That's a big deal. I remember in ninth grade, my son had gotten really, really sick too. He missed a whole bunch of school. He might have missed like half of it or something too. And it's like, I don't know what's going on. There's nothing like that to be like, oh my God. Because you can't do anything. I mean, what are you going to do? You can go to a doctor, you can try to find a medical treatment, you can pray or so on. But realistically, it's not like you can bust out one scalpel and do something myself. That teaches a lot. If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.